Ashe, greetings, grand rising, a grand day, and peace and goodwill to you all once again. All my fellow natural native earthly humans, you, the earth's organic humans, and soulful humans, you, my fellow humans with soul the world over. Yes, you don't know that. This is yours truly, I, the mystic philosopher. And many thanks for stopping by and giving of your time to listen to another perspective with yours truly, I, the mystic philosopher. And welcome to this part 5. And this the continuation of the great big black and white lie exposed, in which my main objectives are as follows. Number 1, it's to show and prove to you all, my fellow highly melanin and highly carbon skin complexion natural native earthly humans, why we should not and why we must not call ourselves black. And 2, why we should not and why we must not pronounce upon ourselves black or allow others to pronounce upon us the word black. Number 3 is to show and prove to you why we should not and why we must not identify with the word black, answer to the word black, or allow others to call, label, list, and bestow upon us black. A black people, a black community, a black nation, a black business, a black country, and a black race of people, etc. And by the same token, it is also to show and prove to you why we should not and why we must not call, label, list, and bestow upon Caucasian and anyone or any other race of people, any other melanin deficient people, for that matter, the word white. Stay tuned, I'll prove it all. Now back to answering the question that was that I started dealing with earlier. Question 1, let me quote again for you, and it said, please explain in more detail what exactly you mean by black is not equal to white, and why a black man or a black woman can never be equal to a white man or a white woman. Now, there are 2 parts to this question, or at least 2 parts to this question, which I divided up into 2 parts, A and B. A, please explain why black is not equal to white. And B, please explain why why a black man or a black woman can never be equal to a white man or a white woman. Now, let's again go back to the dictionary. According to the dictionary, black, and I quote, black, the color of coal. Or to say it another way, the color of coal is black. In fact, coal is black. Everything about coal is black. Meaning, if you take a piece of coal and break it apart several times, or even pound it with a hammer, you will discover that from the outer layer to its core, it is black. And thus, from my perspective, to describe coal as black is actually a statement of fact. However, the same cannot sensibly and honestly be said of any natural native earthly human if or when judging or describing his or her physical appearance. One skin complexion does not make one black. A man or woman's skin complexion does not make him or her black. Please bear those 2 points in mind. Meaning, even if in his or her physical appearance, his or her skin complexion was or is as quote unquote black as coal, or black as that of coal. To call, label, or list, etc., him or her as a black man or as a black woman is not only the evidence of gross ignorance or lack of true knowledge and prejudice, but it can and it should also be interpreted as false, as misleading, as deceptive, as disingenuous, as mischievous, as malicious, as evil, as wicked, or as done or being done with ill intent, etc. And why? It is because unlike the combustible black or brownish black sedimentary rock that is called coal, a substance or a material, a rock that in terms of its color, it is black to the core. The only thing that may be said about the man or the woman when describing his or her physical appearance is that his or her skin complexion is black. And I ask that you please note that I did not say that his or her skin is black. Let me repeat for emphasis. Please note that I did not say that his or her skin is black. But I specifically say that his or her skin complexion is black. From my mystic philosopher's perspective, if or when you know, understand, and understand the meanings and definitions of the word black, along with the destructive energies and spirits / characters that are enveloped in it, that are encapsulated in it, and how it works. If or when you know, understand, and understand how it works, and what it does, and the kind of spells that it casts on those upon whom it have been and are being cast and broadcast, then not only would you not want to call yourself black or have others call, identify, or describe you as black, but you will also better understand what Martin Luther King said and meant in his I Have a Dream speech, and I quote, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a land where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character," unquote. However, we'll get deeper into that later. Stay tuned. However, as we continue to delve deeper into this topic, no doubt you too will also discover why you should not and must not even use the word black to describe your skin complexion, or why one should not use the word black to describe one's skin complexion as well. But much more on that as we continue. Much more on that later. Now let's get back to the dictionary again. Black is the opposite of white. The second definition there. Black is, according to the dictionary, black is the what? The opposite of white. This meaning and definition, black is the opposite of white, both answer and explain part A of question 1. And again I quote, "Please explain why black is not equal to white," unquote. Simply put, and especially if or when most things, if not all things, are considered in this practical reality as we think we know it, no doubt most of you, if not all of you, my listeners, will agree that opposites are not equal or the same. And that opposites cannot be equal or be the same. To say it another way, opposites are not treated and opposites cannot be treated equally or the same. For example, if the opposite of guilt is innocence, is innocence, then basic logic coupled with activated common sense will affirm that guilt and innocence are not equal, and guilt and innocence are not the same. If bad is the opposite of good, then bad and good are not equal, and neither are they the same. If light is the opposite of darkness, then by the same logic mentioned earlier, light is not equal to darkness, and light and darkness are not the same. And you get the drift. And yes, I must add here, as a metaphysician, and as being a mystic philosopher, I am well aware of the great fourth hermetic principle, the principle of polarity, the principle that embodies the truth that all manifested things have two sides. Duality, have two sides, two aspects, two poles, a pair of opposites with manifold degrees between the two extremes. Yes, I'm aware of that. In fact, let me quote from the 7 Hermetic Principles, number 4. And I quote, everything is dual. Everything has poles. Everything has its pair of opposites. Like and unlike are the same. Opposites are identical in nature, but different in degrees. Extremes meet. All truths are but half-truths. All paradoxes may be reconciled. Unquote. That's the Kabbalion. From the Kabbalion. The 7 Hermetic Principles. Number 4. However, in all practical reality, as we think we know it, opposites are not equal or the same. Black is not equal to white, and white is not equal to black. And black and white are not the same. From this basic fact, we can also logically conclude that a black man or a black woman is not equal to a white man or a white woman. Stay tuned. And a black man or a black woman is not the same as a white man or as a white woman. And thus, they are not and they cannot be treated equally and the same. Again, take me up on this. I will be back and explain further what I've just said. Now, the question that one must ask and hopefully have answered are these. The questions, rather, that one must ask and have answered are these. Number 1, how do we know and can identify a black man or a black woman and a white man and a white woman or a white woman? Number 2, does either of them really exist here on this, our planet and Mother Earth? These are 2 questions I ask that you contemplate in the meantime, because this will go, for the interest of time, this will be the end of part 5. So please stay tuned for part 6, when and where I will be addressing, commenting, and sharing more my perspective on the meaning and definition of the word black, and why the and also the word white, and also I will continue answering all the questions mentioned earlier and more. So again, let me say thanks for listening. Thanks for your time. And here is willing, not wishing, but willing that you be more and more and more and much, much more. In your becoming, be more, and definitely not less. Don't be less. Let no one be less you. Words, the power thereof, you shall learn much more about them and take them very seriously, especially in this English language. I am the mystic philosopher. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I say.